Guys, it's May 2020, we're still in lockdown, the shelves are empty, but I have managed to source some wood. I've had to improvise as we go along, and what I intend to build is a small table suitable for my Ooni Fyra. Should arrive within 1 month. It should be suitable for any small Ooni table, Ooni pizza oven, sorry. What we have here, what I've purchased is some 45 by 45 box section wood, which is available at B&Q. You can buy this in 800mm lengths. You can normally buy it in 2.4 meter long length and cut it to size yourself, but because it is locked down, the shelves are empty, I've had to buy it pre-cut. Unfortunately, I would prefer to buy it in full lengths, but you've got to do what you got to do in lockdown, I guess. So I have bought in total 8 lengths, 45 by 45. I've bought a 2x1 batten, which is 2.4. It's untreated, but we will treat this. And I have bought some 2.4 lengths of 125 by 22mm board, and that will be the tabletop, which we'll cut in sections. So this will be a really easy DIY project, fairly basic for anyone to do at home themselves. I thought I'd share this journey with you and prove that anyone can have a go. Just some basic tools, cordless drill, put some metal brackets, spirit level, and some screws. So shall we start the project? So what I've done is I've got 2 lengths of the 45 by 45 and use 1 L bracket and make like a right angle. So we create like an L piece here. So one piece will be the leg and one will be the side profile of the table. It will be fairly wobbly at the moment because we need to put another fixing around the back, which I'll show you right now. Turn the L piece now on the side, so you need to put a screw right through the back here to give it some extra support, and hopefully it should make it a bit more sturdy. Once we do this again for the other 3 sides, and that should make it into a solid structure. So I've screwed the edge of the wood to give it a bit more support. I didn't use a pilot hole, but to be honest with you, I would recommend using a pilot hole if you have any drills to hand. I actually don't have any drill bits, and all the local shops are out of stock, so I'm sort of risking it by not doing it, but I would recommend like a 2mm or 3mm pilot hole for the screw, and that will help it not crack. So next what we're going to do is we're going to convert the L piece into a U piece. So we put the opposite vertical piece in using the L bracket again. What I like to do is any knots I keep on the inside edge facing one another, so that'll mean the knots will be on the inside of the table, but if you're going for that rustic look you could put it on the outside for a bit of character, but I prefer to put it on the inside. So just drive the screws in and a screw on the outside edge for strength. So that's the other side done. As you can see, it's standing upright, the screw's in, the bracket goes underneath. Yep, it's just, so it stands up like so, so that's one end of the table complete. What I have done now is put the horizontal in. So I've used 2 brackets now either side. It won't feel super strong at this stage until more of the structure comes into place, because obviously the brackets, they're not very long, so they won't offer a lot of support at this stage, but once the opposite horizontals go into place and the structure starts to come together, that is what will give it the strength. You can start see it now taking place. So now we need to do the opposite side, put the next horizontal piece in, and then let's see where we're at. Go on guys, when you're putting the next horizontal piece in with the 2 brackets, what you need to make sure before you fully screw it is that it's flush on the both outside faces. It will just give it a better finish, and also when the top goes on there's nothing that's going to foul it, so just make sure it's flush both sides. So here we are, 2 legs in place, the tabletop at the bottom, the structure is almost complete, just needs a cross member putting in. But before we do that, we will attach the 2 legs exactly the same way we have done the previous 2, and then we'll put the cross member for the top of the table, and we should be able to turn the table upright and stand it out for the first time. The legs are on now, so just time to get that last cross member in, and then we can stand it up. You can see it's starting to take shape. I know I say that every time, but you can sort of see where it's heading. So yeah, not bad. Right, so the braces are on. All I've had to cut is 2 lengths of batten. I know they're not treated, but if available in the shops, it's always better to get pressure treated trimmed timber if it's getting kept in the garden. That was an option due to lockdown, so I've had to use some of it untreated, but what I'm going to do is stain it and treat it so it adds protection. But you can see it so far. So really I've only had to use the saw just to cut the battens, everything else is pre-cut. Nothing fancy. It's all being assembled with brackets, as you can see. So yeah, and the next step, I'm going to fit caster wheels to the bottom to allow it to move around the garden easier, and then we're going to finish the top off, and then we'll see how much scrap's left. We might be able to do a bit of fascia on the side, but we'll see how it goes. So for this project I'll be using 40mm fixed socket castors. I've never used them before, but to my knowledge you just drill a pilot hole. In this instance I think it's 10mm, and you tap it so the serrated edge bites into the wood, and then you just push the caster in. So we'll give that a go and see. So the easiest way to mark the wheels on the post is to draw diagonally and draw crisscross, and where the lines meet is roughly in the middle. That's the best way of marking a location, in my opinion. The casters require like a pilot hole of 10mm, so what I'm going to do is I managed to get some drills. I'm going to go through with 4mm, 7mm, and then actually a 9mm, because some drills they cut slightly big, and because the frame isn't clamped down, there's a bit of movement, so it should cut a bit bigger. I don't want the hole to be loose for the socket, so initially I'm going to go through with a 9, see how it is. I want like a nice snug fit for the socket. Right, I've gone through with a 9. The socket fits nice and snug, as you can see, and what we're going to do is we're going to tap it, but don't tap it initially with too much force because you don't want to bend the pins. So nice and gentle, and then you want to get firmer and firmer as you go along, and that should be enough. You can see it's sitting nice and flush, so give it one more for good look. And then you get the caster wheel, I believe. You push it in, and there we go, there we have it. It's 1 caster fitted. So the caster wheels are fitted. We're going to spin it upside down and see. What I've realised is it's actually swivel casters, not fixed, which are even better, to be honest with you. If you build a heavy duty table, it will be worthwhile getting 2 with a brake at least. So yeah, so we're just going to turn it over and see. So guys, casters are fitted, table is upright, and they work quite well. The garden's quite uneven, to be honest, so I need to be careful. Obviously it's only into wood, so it doesn't rip it out, but they'll do the job. They're suitable just to move short distances, but if you want any sort of heavy duty outdoor plastic or nylon castors would be advised, or even like a rubber wheeled caster, slightly bigger, maybe 50 or 60 millimeters. But these do the job for the purpose we intend to use it for. So now to the tabletop. Okay guys, the next step was to cut the tabletop, which was 5x1. I actually had to get another length from the shop because I actually miscalculated it. I needed 3 2.4 meter lengths. I've left an overhang on the one side just to give some extra room for the tabletop. It'll also act as like a little shelter because I'm going to have some hooks here just underneath, which you can hang some tools such as your peel, thermometer and whatnot. I actually stained the table as well with some fence paint, nice dark oak, just to give it an extra layer of protection. I've also removed the back support, which was only a small batten. I've replaced it now with some 3x2 that I found laying around, so I'm just going to bolt that together, and then I'll screw the tabletop in place because at the moment it's all loose. So we'll get that going and it's almost complete. Right, so the top's now been screwed in, as you can see. The wood's been stained. I've added a little side piece here, and that'll be for the good old beers. I've added a handle to help move it. The support at the bottom, 3x2's now been fitted. You can see the castors, so the project's now complete. I've also added some screws here. I need to buy some hooks, but some screws here so I can hang my peel and whatnot on. So here, basic DIY Ooni table. Just waiting for the pizza oven. So here's the peel, infrared thermometer, tape measure. Let's go round to the most important bit now. You can see the rough size. The barbecue opened up will be a similar size to the Ooni, so there's plenty of room. Here I've got a granite worktop, chopping board piece can help knead the dough. Most importantly, the beer stand. That'll probably be the most used part of this table, and the handle to help with manoeuvrability. There you have it guys. Thank you very much.